My name is Radmehr, and this is my insight. I studied life sciences at the University of Toronto, which is basically a biology program, or you could say healthcare medical, pre-medical type of program. I majored in neuroscience, and my two minors were in immunology and biology. And currently, I am working as a graduate student, a master's student, studying Master of Science also at the University of Toronto in a thesis-based master's program, and my research is on finding a targeted therapy for liver cancer or hepatocellular carcinoma to be more specific. And why did I choose this program? Well, originally my inspiration came from my father, who's a doctor. So I've always grown up in an environment where there has been a lot of interaction with different biology related things. And after that, in high school, I really discovered my love for biology. It was one of those subjects that sort of just best clicked for me. I best understood it. I got the highest marks. I would recommend people to take this profession, to go into this field if they like it. It's a very nice program in the sense that you're essentially learning about the most complex machinery that ever existed on Earth, and actually anywhere in the known universe so far. The most complex thing you can ever think of is life, and that's what you're studying, and that's quite exciting if you enjoy that. And also looking at it as a career, from a career point of view, the healthcare industry is quite large, at least in North America, and there are many options for jobs that you can go into. There you can become a nurse, a doctor, a researcher, a professor. There's a lot. You can become dentist, physiotherapist, science teacher in high school, a professor, and in doing that, you can earn a decent living. But as I said, it's one of the most complex machineries, so that means you also have to study a lot and work a lot with many detailed things. And so you should do it if you like it. And it is not one of those fields where you would go into to become super rich, a lavish lifestyle. That's not really what you'll get. You'll probably get a decent life, a decent earning, but if you're looking for high earnings, you might be looking more towards something like business. So as I said again, my original inspiration was my father, who is a doctor, a family medicine doctor. And growing up, I've always heard about the recommendations on how to live a healthy lifestyle. I've always engaged with him on my biology courses. And then, of course, both of my parents really supported me and helped me as I pursued my career in biology. A lot of help from them, first and foremost, and also many different friends and teachers. And an interesting story that I remember from one of my teachers, her name is Mrs. Smith. In grade six, I was in a recess, and Mrs. Smith came and asked me, "What do you want to do for future?" And at that time, having my father being a doctor and my grandfather being a merchant, I told her, "I want to become either a merchant or a doctor." And she said, "I think being a doctor matches you better." And from then on, I sort of just set on to going into the sort of healthcare biology related field. I think yes, it is definitely good to have a mentor, but I think it's even better to have multiple mentors and sort of becoming a central person who openly accepts the ideas and advices that these different mentors give to you, and put those together and make one sort of coherent set of advice for yourself to follow. And what is especially important, I think, to look for in your mentors is that they would be, first of all, honest with you. They would actually tell you the truth, not try to sugarcoat things or try to hide the hurdles in the field. Every field has pros and cons, and it's good that they be honest with you, and they should really actually sincerely care for you. Then they'll actually guide you. And it's best that they're knowledgeable, of course, but even if they're not knowledgeable, if they care for you and they're honest for you, they will try to help you find the correct sources to ask your questions. I've thought about this for a while. I think I would really focus on chemistry more. And this might sound like an odd answer, but chemistry is one of those fields that was always my weakest point, I would say. I got really good marks actually in high school chemistry, around 90%, and always an A student. But I think the school that I went to, unfortunately, chemistry was not best taught in the best way. It was taught sort of as just fulfill the curriculum and move forward. But unfortunately, I think the pedagogy that occurred in those classes were not the most ideal. And I think that didn't create a strong base for me to really master chemistry. And chemistry is a very important subject in any field to go to, including biology. So even though I got good marks, I wish that in my high school I went even beyond my classes to really establish a firm base for my knowledge moving forward. And the other thing I would do differently is that I would have probably took co-op. Co-op provides really good opportunities for students to get familiar with the job market, and I've seen many friends that actually got good jobs through co-op. So it wasn't just experience it actually opened the door for them in working field of the job market. I think at the end of the day, and this is probably something you've heard too many times, but do what you like. Do what you like. Again, you've heard this a lot, and probably a lot of you think, well, I want to do some things that might not really make me a living. Maybe I just want to go watch uh, videos and play video games. And you're saying, well, that's what I like, or I like to eat pizza. That's what I like, but that's I can't do as a career. Yes, that's true. What I mean is, do what you like, but also with consideration to some other factors. You have to consider that you want to make a decent living. You have to consider that you want to maximize the use of your talents and potentials to be able to serve society. So there are those factors. But considering those factors, beside that, among those options, you really should do what you like. Do not just do something because your parents asked you, or you think the society wants you to do that. Communicate well with people who might want to do you to do something, like your parents or some close friends. Communicate with them and tell them your likes and dislikes. At the end of the day, do what you like with those other factors also in consideration. I wish all of you the best and hope that you will achieve the highest and most amazing things in your life. All the best.